Hello guys, it's your fellow investor here, and today I'm going to be talking about Humbl with ticker symbol HMBL. In this video I'll go through a lot of information: what happened, why is it going down that much, why it's not recovering, is it good time to buy or should you hold, should you sell. I'll go over very objectively from my point of view how I see it, how I view it, and what I think about the whole situation. So naturally I'll go over the latest news, their latest addition to their products, to their services, Humbl's mobile app, as well as how they are going with their roadmap. Check out their Twitter news, as well as there is article on Forbes about Humbl. And last but not least, we'll go through their financials and the overall outlook of the company. So if you like what you hear and like to see more, you can let me know by smashing the like button under this video. So therefore I'll know you'd like to see more of this kind of content. Also, if you subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and it's absolutely for free, as well as smashing the like button. So definitely feel free to do both if you haven't done so already. And the cherry on top of the cake is that if you like to get yourself some free money and support the channel, you can do so by clicking on the link in the description or in the comment section below, which will forward you to Webull, where if you deposit $100 you'll be able to claim up to 2 free stocks, and then you can do whatever you want with them. It's basically free money. That's why I'm doing this partnership. So with that out of the way, let's get into the video. So what really moved this stock price down in Humbl's case is that they announced $50 million equity financing agreement and bridge note. So they've announced it on April 14th, but it really projected in the April 15th because that's when they've released the news. We can see that it kind of went downhill, as we can see the day after they released -8%, the day afterwards it went even more, and there was kind of a market correction as well. So overall, just bad things happening for Humbl in the very short term. So Humbl announced that they closed on a $3 million bridge note from Brighton Capital Partners. In addition, Humbl and Brighton Capital have executed an equity financing agreement in which Brighton Capital has agreed to purchase up to $50 million of Humbl common stock. And the right to cause Brighton Capital to purchase these shares is solely at Humbl's election. If Humbl elects to cause Brighton Capital to purchase shares, the shares will be purchased at 20% discount. So yeah, if you are worried why did it drop about 20% at one day, that's why, because there's 20% sale. We could have seen the same thing happening with HCMC, as I made a video about it earlier. It's quite the same case. In exchange for $3 million in cash, Humbl issued a Brighton Capital $3,300,000 convertible promissory note. The note bears interest at 10% per annum or per year and is convertible at Brighton Capital's election at a fixed price of $3.15 per share. The note also contains a redemption right, where beginning on the earlier of the effective date of an S1 registration statement and the 12th-month anniversary of the note, Brighton Capital may cause Humbl to redeem all or any portion of the note. Humbl may pay such redemptions in cash or stock at its election. If Humbl elects to pay in stock, such payment will be made at 80% of the market price of the stock. The note will serve as a bridge loan to the $50 million equity financing agreement. So we can see it's not that simple as any other public offering or direct share offering. It's a little bit more complicated, but at the end of the day, they kind of offered the $50 million of their shares with 20% discount as a starting company, a publicly traded company. I'll now skip forward to their financials because it will make sense. If we check out their financials for 2020, the whole year 2020, their operating income is minus $700,000 roughly, right? So obviously the company cannot print money. They need to do something about it. They need to pay their staff, they need to pay their employees, and one way to go is just to loan money or sell their shares. So in the long run, it's a good way for them to adapt their growth and to get the capital they need. So in my eyes, this kind of move makes really sense if you want to grow rapidly, pay your staff and be as successful as you are so far. And this is quite a casual reaction to any kind of offering or sale or selling your shares to other investment funds as such. It's quite normal and casual, nothing really unusual. Now we know they've launched their mobile pay app. And if we check out here on their website, if we click on the overview and scroll down, we see all the stuff we've already seen, but if we check out here, we have Humbl countries. Humbl will be coming to the following countries. This may change at any time. However, they're not really telling us the exact date it will come into any of these countries or all of these countries. So if we now move to Humbl Mobile Pay FAQs, frequently asked questions, and we scroll down, almost at the bottom we can see that what countries is Humbl Pay available in, and right now Humbl Pay is currently available in the United States, Mexico, Canada, Australia, New Zealand and Singapore. So even though here we can see a plenty of the states or countries, it's really just in a few of them right now. And now to their strategic roadmap. As I said earlier, they have a very nice phase of growth. As we can see, so far they've finished everything they've projected. First quarter done. As you can see, they're doing just phenomenally. They are doing everything, executing everything as they projected, and this is what you love to see as an investor. And you know, fundamentally nothing has changed. On the contrary, they are doing very good. So even though the market is going down in the short term, mid-term, you know, in the long run, it shouldn't really move with your feelings or emotions if you are a long-term investor. If this kind of market sentiment moves you, then, you know, maybe go over the fundamentals, and if you still, you know, don't feel well with your investment, you know, exit the position, whatever it takes, and move into more conservative picks. And the article on Forbes, as I mentioned in the intro, well, it's basically about NFTs and fashion industry. And as you know, or if you don't know, NFTs are, you know, right now very hot topic. There's been plenty of products sold in the form of NFT for millions of dollars. And if you like to read through this article, you can do so. It's very long, but still a very nice article. Hence, I'll just put it in the description if you like to read it yourself. Unfortunately, I cannot really go through it because it would take like 5 to 10 minutes, but I still encourage you to do so yourself. Then if we switch to the Brian Foote Twitter, we can see that they're working on acquisitions across the Humbl platform and are having meaningful negotiations in the verticals below to accelerate the business. And there's another step in their roadmap as they've projected, and they're looking to execute it as soon as possible because, you know, right now is their second quarter of this year. If we scroll down furthermore, we can see they have noted some concerns, such as the Series B preferred shares, of which Brian Foote himself owns 45%, that are not eligible to be converted until December of 2021. He then says, I will commit to not selling any of those personal shares for the entirety of calendar year 2021 to 2022. So this is quite a big word coming from the CEO, just to really reassure the investors that he is on their side and that he doesn't want to sell his shares. He is part of the company, because if he would do so, it would quite frankly look like that he might be actually running away with the money, and if the company would somehow just go bankrupt, he wouldn't have too many worries because he would just run away with the money. This way, he just really puts a lot more confidence into the shareholders that he is on their side. Here we can see Nick Carter, who is part of the Backstreet Boys, and we can see he's also using Humbl Pay. He's been, I don't know if he's a partner or if he is paid by Humbl, but he is himself very much advertising Humbl on his Twitter, which is quite nice to see because he has over 670,000 followers on Twitter. So obviously, if you have some kind of celebrity promoting your service or your company, your app, it's always good image for the company. Now if you look into Humbl security details, we can see they have market cap of $1.6 billion. So that's quite a lot already for the company, even though they are not profitable yet. They have right now about 887 million unrestricted outstanding shares, which is way better than if it would be in billions, because the less amount of shares available, the better for the company. And last but not least, if we head into StockTwits, we can see there is still over 55,000 watchers on this company, despite the fact the company has fallen quite drastically and hasn't recovered fully whatsoever. And if we scroll down, there are a lot of people who are trying to persuade other people that the Humbl is somewhat a fraud company. just because they might have lost money themselves when they bought high and sell low. It's quite a casual thing which happens with a lot of retail investors or traders. When they lose money, they get upset about the current stock, they lost the money, and then they try to persuade others that the company is bad, that the stock is bad, and they just want to bigger part of people leave the company, sell their shares, or even start shorting it. So just beware of this. It's quite a common thing I've seen on stock tweets with plenty of other stocks which aren't in green numbers for a little while, and they have a correction or there's some little bit of a negative short-term news. They seem to be very upset and they just cry here on stock tweets. So that was my current look into Humbl situation. In my opinion, I don't think in the long term it's going to change anything. On the contrary, they've done quite a good move that they've taken loan, they've got themselves some nice money, and therefore they can grow at even faster rate. I hope I brought you some value. If I did, definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We're so close to 15,000, it's crazy. As well as if you could smash the like button, it helps me out tremendously and it's absolutely for free. Plus, if you like to grab yourself free 2 stocks, you can do so by clicking on my Webull link in the description or in the comment section below. Just deposit $100, get yourself free stocks, you can sell them, you can trade them, you can keep them, do whatever you want. I'm just giving you an option if you like yourself some free money. Let me know in the comment section under this video if you are still in Humbl, if you bought more, if you sold out, if you closed your position, moved your money somewhere else. I'm all ears. With that being said, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in another video.